Be blessed. I am Father Jeffrey Waldrop, and it is an honor to be a voice of He who is the voice. Today, I'd like to reflect on fear. More specifically, fear not. And I say that because we've all got fears these days with everything going on. And I was just talking to someone about how watching TV and watching the news and every day and the updates to everything, it just builds up all of this fear and inside of us. You know, I went back to the scriptures. Fear is mentioned almost 400, a little over 460 times in the scriptures. Abraham was told not to fear. Moses was told not to fear. Isaiah went, and when you look at Mary, Mary was told not to fear. Peter was told not to fear. Timothy was told not to fear. When we go back to Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10, God says, "Fear not." Why? Because I am with you. Isn't that so comforting? Even though that fear is building up inside, God is reminding us, I am with you. Now, I'm not talking about a healthy fear, to have a fear of fire, or fear of tornadoes or fear of the unknown. Those are just normal fears. And if you want to say healthy fears, we have them. We're human, But I'm talking those fears that paralyze you. I'm talking about those fears that trap you, those fears that are it's like a tape in the back of your head going over and over that you just cannot let go of. See, I believe that fear is one of the devil's old craftiest ways of getting us trapped. Because the old devil knows that when we're getting close to the Lord, then if he can get us to doubt ourselves, as he can get us to be fearful, well, then we end up stepping back and we become little, We become trapped. We don't get to do the opportunities that God has in store for us when we are controlled by that unhealthy fear. That's why in the scriptures, 70 times, God says, do not be afraid. 70 times. Why? Because God knew that the devil was going to use this trap to get us all the time. Do not be afraid. I think God is constantly trying to remind us that He is with us. It's almost like God's saying, I got your back. Or He's saying, we've got this. In the New Testament, Paul says to the letter to the young man Timothy, he says, Timothy, this is what's most important for you to realize, that as you're going through your path, as you are going to deal with good things and also your struggles, realize fear is not of God. Because God doesn't give us fear. God gives us power. God gives us love. God gives us boldness in our lives. For I am with you. Do not be afraid. I think we have to look around and we have to pay attention, especially to those times that we feel ourselves trapped in fear. It's like our life is being strangled because we're so fearful of this or that. And we need to realize and look for the ways that God is with us. So if you're fearful about something, what songs are you listening to? Is God speaking through those songs? Look at the people around you. What are they saying? What are they doing? Is several people giving you the same advice? Maybe that's how God is with you. Maybe just going out into nature is the way God is with you. Just being still, God is with you. In your daily routines, pay attention to that. It's a great way that God is with you. I think we are called to stop wasting even a day, wasting an hour on being trapped in fear. It's not worth it. It's not of God. We can be little in fear, or we can be bold in the Lord. So I think as we come before the Lord, remember those words of Isaiah. Fear not. Fear not. Fear not. For I'm with you. I'm Father Jeffrey Waldrop, and it's an honor to be a voice of He who is the voice.